Welcome to Noah's Ark Volunteer Orientation. I'll give you a little history about Noah's Ark and the building. Noah's Ark has been in existence for over 20 years, and this building actually was built in 2004 thanks to our benefactor, Catherine Gland. As we enter the building, this is the foyer of the building. You can hang your coats up here if you'd like. Of course, today you don't need to because it's nice and warm out. Coming into the foyer of the building, that's a picture of Miss Catherine Gland in her younger years. To the right is the staff office. Right here is the kitty free roaming room, which you are welcome to go into and visit and play with the kitties, and we'll go into that in more detail after you watch the little video. To the left is the dog isolation area, and you'll notice several stop signs throughout the building, and when you see one of these, this means it's for staff only, that these animals are in isolation for some reason or another. And here's the restroom. And this room that we're entering into now is called the community room of the shelter, and this is where we do meet and greets with potential adopters, rescue wagon assessments, and you are more than welcome to bring dogs in here to play with them and groom them. We just ask that you shut both doors on either end of the room, and also make sure that the gate to our security apartment is closed. The dogs love to go upstairs and run about. We do have some interesting artwork here in the community room. A local artist did this for us when the building was first opened. It's really pretty. Her name was Emily Fotis. Here's another stop sign. This is the cat intake room, which means that it's just for staff only. These kitties are in the process of coming into the shelter. They're just had their medical done, and they need to be in there from 10 to 14 days just to make sure everything is good and they have no diseases. This room, which is a little messy today, is our hospital grooming room. That's Poppy. Poppy's up in this cage because he came in and he wasn't feeling very well, so we're keeping him segregated from the rest of the dog population. We do have a large shampoo sink. If anybody would like to undertake shampooing of the dogs, you're more than welcome to. This is just where we do our medical, and medical supplies are kept in these cupboards. This is our scale that we weigh all the dogs on. As we enter into the kitchen area of the shelter, this is where volunteers will find dog treats, lots and lots of dog toys, collars. If you want to walk a dog and a dog doesn't have a collar on, you're welcome to come in here and find one. Here's grooming tools, which is always really nice for dogs if you want to take them into the community room to groom them. And then if you get really ambitious, we do have some cleaning supplies. You're always more than welcome to dust and vacuum, clean the windows, floors. We always need lots of that. To the right here, as we enter into the kitchen area, there are smocks and aprons and treat bags for you to wear when you interact with the animals if you choose. This area just leads back into the cat intake room, and then we also have a kitty isolation room that is for staff only. So these areas, pretty much, unless you ask a staff to go in there with you, these are off limits to our volunteers. Kitchen, we'll just pan around. We have a large industrial strength washer and dryer that was donated by Dexter Corporation here in Fairfield. If you see loads of laundry in the dryer, you're welcome to fold them, or laundry, which our basket's pretty empty today, you're welcome to do that. On our table here, you'll notice some Kong toys with peanut butter. That's an enrichment toy that we do for our dogs. We fill them with kibble and then put peanut butter in them and freeze them. You are more than welcome to do that. The dogs absolutely love them, especially on a hot day or rainy day when they need to be inside. This is the entrance to our dog kennels. Everybody's outside today, so it'll be nice and quiet in here. This is one of the dog kennels. The dogs have clean blankets and bedding and water every day. Their kennels are kept very, very clean. The trough that you notice in this kennel and in the back of all the kennels is the flushing trough. Everything that all the cleaning that we do and all the water that's used for cleaning is flushed through a central line down the backs of all the kennels and into the dry wetland out front, which is a really nice feature of our shelter. And we just look north. You know, at times there'll be a gate that asks you not to go any further. That means those puppies or dogs are in isolation, but we're good today. This board right here corresponds with the layout of the kennels outside, and it has the dog's name on them, and we'll go over that more when we go through dog walking orientation. We're just going to step outside, and it'll probably be noisy because all the dogs are going to bark, but we'll take a look at all the dog kennels. And everybody wants some attention. They're very happy dogs. In the back of the kennel area, you will note there's a large play yard, and the dogs love to come out here and play. You can take tennis balls and toys, frisbees, and play catch and fetch with them. You can groom them out here also, but the dogs just love to be out here and roam around and roll around and do whatever it is that dogs do in the grass. There's Miss Nikki. Look at that face. Isn't she adorable? She's only 5.5 months old. So that pretty much concludes the tour of Noah's Ark. I just wanted to give you a brief overview, and then we'll go through more specifics when we actually do the dog walking orientation and how to interact with the kitties. One thing I did want to point out to you, I'll try not to make you sick as I pan around here. Located throughout the shelter are hand sanitizing stations, and we do ask that in between animals that you sanitize your hands. There's one at the north end of the building. There's also ones in the cat rooms, community room, and then there's also sinks, you know, with soap and water too. So here's where the leashes are kept. They're kept on the door in the hospital grooming room for dog walking. And that concludes the tour, and we will now go back into the community room and talk about how to interact with the dogs and the cats at Noah's Ark. Thanks so much.